All right. Tell me now if you can hear me on the live, please. Thank you very much, Anne. Hey. Let me know if the audio is back up on the Facebook Live, please, before I proceed. Well, any further. All right. Well, in the meantime, welcome to today's Cup Chat program. As I said before, I have in studio with me Mr. Edson Smith and Mr. Carlton Brown, and we will be discussing the topic Stronger Together, Building Safer Communities with Neighborhood Watch. So once again, let me say welcome and Happy New Year to you, gentlemen, and I want you to go right ahead and introduce yourselves, starting with Mr. Smith.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me. To all those Vincentians in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and throughout the diaspora, and even those people who are tuning into WEFM Activated Mornings, Happy New Year to you. I hope that this year is all that you expect and all that you set out to make it. And my name is Corporal Edson Smith. I'm attached at the Public Relations and Complaints Department. I also want to use the opportunity to mention that Mr. Bacchus, he's on his way. He is unavoidably late this morning, but we want to come today to encourage everyone to form a neighborhood watch or join a neighborhood watch, and just basically give you general information as to what to expect, with respect to neighborhood watch groups and the support that the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force provides for those who wish to join or form neighborhood watch groups.
All right, go right ahead, Brown.
Good morning to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the wider diaspora. My name is Carlton Brown. I'm the current president for the League Neighborhood Watch, serving now for 16 years. I'm also a former member of the Disaster Preparedness Committee. Currently, I'm serving with the Red Cross for 48 years now. So now as a Justice of the Peace for almost 9 years. So I came from a background with lots of experience. I'm here to make my contribution to the program this morning. I hope you find it very rewarding.
All right, then there you have it. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Remember, well, I probably won't tell you that later. We'll tell you that later on. But we're going to go straight into the topic at this time. So we're talking about neighborhood watch. And some persons might be wondering, well, what is a neighborhood watch? And what is a neighborhood watch group? So let's start there.
Well, I want to say here that our neighborhood watching league has begun in the year 2001. And under that time when we have started, we had started under the leadership of Mr. Frank A. Thomas, who was the president at the time. Now he's deceased. We begin with approximately 58 members. We hold our meeting at the Lake Police Station every third Saturday at 6 p.m. This group was organized mainly because of the fact that the rate of crime and murder that was taking place in the society at the time, and we figured that it should be stopped. So the group was started from that time. But I realize now that looking over the many years that we still have crime. And sometimes I ask the police for what was really going on, because at the time it was high, now it's double. The president of the Neighborhood Watch, Mr. Frank A. Thomas, make reference to what was going on in the community. And he said that he was looking at the fact where we were having so much murders. For example, we have where Mr. Horn, who operates a beach bar.
Could you just come forward a little bit?
He was killed. And just soon after that, we have Mr. Taylor, who operated another shop, who was also murdered. And we figured that this thing was getting out of hand. And we figured that the best thing to do is to call the neighborhood watch to order, get some people involved and get everybody involved. So the neighborhood watch periods from that. And since we came on stream, we have been trying to help the police to solve some of these crime and situations that's going on in the area. we were able to solve some of the problems. And I just want to make reference to a matter that took place sometime early, which the people blame the neighborhood watch for arresting people. There was a guy who was going around selling meat, and he said that the meat is mutton, but it wasn't mutton. At the end of that, he go all around to the police station, and the police then nearly buy the meat, it was dump meat. And when we alert the police and let them know what is going on, he tried to flee, go down to the southern end, which is Barry, and then the police caught him. Then people start to recognize and say, oh, we need more watch a lot of people, and we just supposed to do that. But the point is that we have to look out for the community.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are complaining, and the police end up maybe getting involved in purchasing new people and this kind of thing. So, as a neighborhood watch, we go out and do this kind of daytime watch. When we see anything that goes wrong, we call the police into the matter and let them know that we need help, so that they can reach out and help us and get the matter solved. So, the neighborhood watch over the many years have been doing a very good job. And we look out for the community. We look out for things that are happening and see where people are breaking the law. And we realize that these things are not proper, so then we have to alert the police and get the police involved. The fact is that we have quite a few police officers sit on the committee with us, which are able to give us advice and show us where we're going and all this kind of thing. So then the fact is that the neighborhood watch has been doing a very good job. And because of neighborhood watch, you're able to get the criminals under control. Because once they realize that there is a neighborhood watch group in the community, you don't know who are watching, where they are watching from, and what they see. And people who look out for the community, and people who think that this should go right and that is wrong, and we try to get information from the police and from the law. Well, what we do in our neighborhood watch group in Lee, we have a lawyer attached to it. So in case we get in trouble, we have the lawyer to advise us. But still we try to keep in touch with the police. And right now I have 2 police officers to sit at my executive. I have one as treasurer and one as assistant treasurer. And plus we brought in the sergeant to be our advisor, so that we know where we are going and what we are doing and we're going in the direction. That's basically what we are about.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very happy that Mr. Brown established so much information, because I'm happy what principally came out in what he outlined is the importance of the neighborhood watch group. Now, these initiative, the neighborhood watch group initiative, basically, if you examine the history, it really predates former police forces. This is something, the watch and ward system that was established by statute under, I think it was Edward I, the 13th century. The watch for the night and the ward for the day. They put together community members to basically patrol, frequent patrols for criminal behavior, fires. So when I hear people say that, I understand the inclination to put a lot of the pressure on the police when they are, and there's an upsurge in crime, so to speak. But it really starts at the community level. We want to encourage people in the community, the Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force, that is, to join, either form neighborhood watch groups or join a neighborhood watch group, close to you, and we definitely provide the resources needed in terms of the training, and it provides. It's a strategy to strengthen the relationship between the police and the public, and it's also a way for the public to know the officers in their districts. It's one thing to see authority figure in a uniform, but if you know his name, if you know who his parents are, his children, it's like I have a stake in this and you have a stake in this, and what brings us together is the fact that we want to not just make these communities safe, but they are responsible for putting a lot of different initiatives in place, like community cleanup initiatives, different programs. You find that a lot of the persons who sit on these neighborhood watch groups, they are very community oriented, so they put things in place to make the community experience in the various community neighborhoods holistic one. So it's not just you're walking around and you're looking for danger, so to speak. It's something formal now, so that it could actually grow into other organizational bodies that would see that the experience that you would that each individual in the community would have a more holistic experience, so to speak.
All right, then. Thank you. Let me say welcome to Mr. Bacchus at this time. Mr. Bacchus, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You can go right ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Simeon Bacchus, and I'm here representing the Belvedere Neighborhood Watch Group, which has been established over 10 years ago, the 12th of December, 2014. And I listened to Mr. Brown as he spoke about getting all these persons on board, and our neighborhood watch group was chaired, or the president of our neighborhood watch group is actually a retired police commissioner, and in Mr. Keith Miller. And we have been benefiting from the police involvement in that they, from time to time, they would come and speak to our members about safety in the community and encourage us to, give us tips as to how we can make our community safer. And so presently, case in point, presently we are doing, the government is doing some roads in our community, and we are looking at ways in which we can alert the neighbors, the members of the community, of how to be safe, even though they are doing these roads. They have to be very careful with the different things that they put, like the steel and so on, that they put in the roads to prevent damage or danger to the community. And we have gone further. We are actually looking at our elderly in the community. We look into them when they're living, especially if they're living alone. We look into them and see how they're doing. Also, we have the young people involved, because one of the things that I believe, and we in the Neighborhood Watch Group believe in, is if there is no succession, there is no success. So we have the young people on board. We have tried to form a football team, but that is still in the process of forming after maybe about 8 years. But we also plan to do health fairs and so on, so that we can keep our community safe and healthy.
Right. A quick question: how do you go about forming the neighborhood watch group? How do persons become a member of a neighborhood watch group?
I want to say here that becoming a member of the neighborhood watch group, we look for persons in the community who will have that interest at heart. And some of the times the president or the PR will go around and look for persons who are interested and speak to persons. We do a little campaigning, and by doing that, we're able to explain to people what we're about, what we want, and we're trying to create this interest and to get them to understand, well, the point is that the community belongs to all of us, and all of us are supposed to love the community and care for the community and see what is going on and able to get things done. For example, in Lille, we had a problem where we had some inmates who came out of prison, and they went up in the mountain and formed this pig pen, and they were raising pigeon. They were doing some things which is unhealthy. And we get the churches to partner with us and help us to get these people out of the community, because they were causing a lot of trouble. And also the film from the pig was going down in the river, and some people were there wash, and it was creating problems, and we have to speak about it. So to jump on it and then we get this thing done, because it's not really healthy. And as the brother speak about health, our neighborhood watch right now, we are planning to move to the way of health, because we have about some 5, 6, 7 doctors looking for me. We piggybacking on them to part of us, sit with us, talk to us, tell us, because we find that today we have a situation where a lot of diabetes are going around, and this is causing a real problem. So we're going to take doctors them by the hand and tell them, hey, we need some help. I want to talk to the people about diabetes and what they eat and what foods they eat and all these things. So we're trying to see if we get 4 or 5 doctors to sit with us, along with the police and lawyers, so that we could get people to understand that, hey, this is the road to go, and this is the road to go. Because right now, I've been written letters to the Minister of Security. We have not no piggyback and so on. We look at fire, and we were trying to campaign in the community of Lee, where we have some 7 or 8 persons who sell gas. And we look at the situation in Union Island. So it's like they had really in serious trouble. So we written to the Minister of Security about putting some fire hydrants on the street. They have started, but they haven't completed the work, and we're trying to see if we could get the work complete. And what we're trying to develop here is to get persons trained to work along with the fire department. Because we realize that when there's a fire in the community, the size of truck that they send cannot go into the areas. And by the time the truck come and start to plug up and push up, the house down through. So we need some fire hydrants on the street that we can walk along with the police, set up this, and run to the house and get this thing done. Because lots of people you'll find now have these 100-pump cylinders behind the house. And if a fire at the door, and these cylinders will make the whole thing worse. So then we're trying to get the Minister of Security to understand that we need more fire hydrants on the street. Lady community is a place that have water to supply anyway. There's the water authority now, they build 2 tanks. And sometimes because of the water pressure, they have to turn off in the night and turn on back in the morning. So we have enough water that could supply the community. And we have enough water that we could set up fire hydrants and all over the place. Except we're looking at, for example, areas like Rutland Bay. And Rutland Bay have areas where we have persons living there, executive, we have the bank manager, we have high court. So we need to look out for these people. But which we are getting these people involved also. Because when a fire call, you can't tell nobody to move the gas cylinder. These kind of things. And knowing that we're creeping up into the dry weather season, this is time when people light fire. And sometimes the thing get out of control, and by the time you find out, you call the fire truck, they're in serious trouble. So then we have written a letter on that. And another thing I want to mention is that we've written to the police department about these traffic on the street. We want them to put up some traffic sign, how fast they should drive, how fast they shouldn't drive, what they should do, and we need some pedestrian crowds. That letter right now is before the Commissioner of Police. So I think we're waiting on them to make a decision and to call them and let them know we need help. Because there's a lot of accidents taking place in the community, of which one of your bank managers get involved, and he was concerned about it, so I plan to bring him to the meeting and help us push this thing that we get it done. Because we don't know what the police is doing, but we can't be policing all the time. Sometimes I come out the road, I have an appointment to go to the police station. Somebody comes at me and says, hey, there's an accident, what do you do? I said, we'll call the police. I'm not going to happen. And these are the problems that are creating, so we call on the police to help us so that we get these things done.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm really happy that he piggybacks on the police a lot in his in the information he provides, because that is one of the critical functions of the police with respect to neighborhood watch groups. We provide support to these groups, and we provide the resources, we provide the guidance, and we, as he outlined, we collaborate with the various community groups. So if there is a particular need, if we could provide expertise, if we could provide boots on the ground, if we could, different things that we can mobilize from an organizational standpoint and help to lend support to the various groups. I mentioned the educational support. So we have a package at the office, that we work with, so that if persons are desirous, if communities are desirous of establishing or even revitalizing their neighborhood watch groups, we have all the resources in place to start from bringing the necessary persons together, finding out, provide a mapping out your community so that you could know, okay, who lives where, and have an idea of the critical persons or the resources that you could use, and so you get crime prevention tips and so forth. The police will come from time to time if you request. Well, when you request them, obviously we work with you hand in hand, and we come out. We give you crime tips. We tell you, how to basically, take care of your surroundings in terms of security risk assessments and so forth. Mr. Brown mentioned emergency response training. These are things that you benefit from. Yes, it's good that it's one thing to offer these to everybody, but when you have an organized body, we could meet bring everyone in one central location and provide, training so that we don't have to strain our resources, so to speak. And we have liaison officers. You mentioned that as well, liaison officers from the different districts. And this is excellent because that's where I think a lot of community members get to see firsthand that the police actually plays an active role in establishing and maintaining the watch groups. So there you have situation. I've gone to many. I've gone to the Brighton Neighbourhood Watch Group. They recently started theirs, and I know I went to their meeting, a few of their meetings, and it's really amazing to see how much people are interested in the smooth functioning and seeing this watch group work. And to see that the different persons with different resources. You mentioned it subtly that you have people from different walks of life. So you have lawyers, doctors living in these communities. A lot of times they have the same concern, but they might not be the most vocal. So this helps to mobilize these people. And then, yes, it's one thing to get one person to do something for everybody, but if everybody could pool their resources and get things done, then it's beautiful. There's also added benefit where you get the police would provide crime trends. So we have a situation now where a lot of fraudulent activity is taking place whether it's through direct fraud or deception or anything like that, theft. We are aware of these stats. We do presentations, and we share these stats with the neighborhood watch group so that they could put strategies in place so that we could prevent other persons, put the word out, so to speak. I've been a part of some very robust chat groups that you'd be amazed at the initiative that these community members have when passing information, and they're so active because it spreads. It gives a creator consciousness. It helps people to say, okay, I know everyone in this community. So if I see a weird face, I know exactly who to call. And then there are officers in these groups as well who you could pass on the information to. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing to watch. And I really, I'm happy that I really hope that more people rally their support behind these groups and establish more of these groups because they really provide an invaluable service.
How many watch groups do we have, though? Do we have that information?
Yes, well, there's several. I know there are more than 10, but in terms of active neighborhood watch groups, active about 6 or 7 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Coming back to the question of members, how do you get members in the groups? We normally, from time to time, we have a membership drive, and we walk around the community. Not forgetting our membership form, our application form, you have to apply to be a member. And our brochures. So we have brochures that we show that what we do, different aspects, so people will be interested in. One of the other things that we do is get involved in preparedness for disaster preparedness. And we partner with NEMO. NEMO has training available for persons who want to set up their neighborhood watch group as a disaster preparedness group. And we collect information, as Sergeant Smith was just talking about, who has what resources. If they're carpenters, masons, somebody who has a truck, who has a tractor. If they're, we look at, and we also look at assessing persons' houses, dwelling places. How ready are they for a disaster? And if they're not quite ready, then we can probably mobilize the resources to have them ready.
All right, then. Right. So before we go any further with the questions, I would like us to take an ad break right here. Then when we come back, listeners, you have the opportunity to call with your questions or comments, 457-9997. But in the meantime, we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Do you want to feel clean or refreshed after using the bathroom, whether at home, work, or play? Welcome to My Smart Toilet Seats. All of our products wash your private parts after using the bathroom without the use of your hands. Let's hear what our national table tennis champion, Damian Dublin, has to say.
I tried it and it works. There are 4 options. Simply add an attachment to your existing toilet seat, or choose a non-electric seat, or better, an electric seat that washes and dries you with warm water and air. Lastly, get a complete smart toilet that also flushes itself. What are you waiting for? Get your smart toilet seat today. Be smart, be refreshed, be clean, be a winner like me.
Our smart toilet seat is available throughout St. Vincent at retail outlets with the orange flags. You can call us at 457-1703 or visit our website at justwashit.vc.
That could have been you. An accident that could have been avoided because your tires had almost no grip on the road. Safety is a factor that should never be overlooked when it comes to your car or whatever you drive. SVG Tire Sales and Services in Balls Avenue and in Arnisvale carries a wide selection of quality new tires to fit any car, truck, minibus, or SUV, so you can experience a comfortable and safe commute every time. We are agents for the world's most reliable brands on and off the road, including Kenda Tires, the king of the mountain, Cooper Tires, king of the road and track, Ostone, the king of the outback, and High Fly, the king of the Asian highway. We also carry new tires for light or heavy-duty trucks from MRF, High Fly, and Linglong. A reliable set of new tires keep you, your passengers, and your payload always in the safe lane. So when you need quality tires with reliability at 100%, choose SVG Tire Sales and Services in Kingstown, 457-1467, or in Arnisvale, 456-6444. SVG Tire Sales and Services. Performance and reliability proven when the rubber meets the road. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a whole new world out there. Reaching new customers and getting products faster. That's what it's all about. Ocean freight rates are skyrocketing, so don't pay more for slower service. It's time to switch to faster, more reliable air cargo service with SkyMax Cargo. Up to 3 flights weekly to and from the USA, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean islands. Providing excellent import, export, and e-commerce solutions to put you ahead of the competition. For special low rates on small packages and air cargo, contact SkyMax today. 784-456-5400. Local agents SwiftPack Interprime Cargo. Call 784-456-5400 to book your shipments today.
That's the sound of your animals. Strong, healthy, and delivering yields you love. That didn't just happen. It began with you feeding them only the best. East Caribbean Feeds. Rest assured, we only produce your feeds with premium ingredients. No hormones, no animal byproducts. Just everything your animal needs for maximum nutrition. Because your animals deserve only the best. East Caribbean Feeds from Maximum Nutrition.
ECGC has slashed feed prices by 8 to 10%. Check your local supplier for more details. ECGC, providers of feed for maximum nutrition.
Ready, set, serve. Singer, your favorite family store, is now online. Log on today at www.singersvg.com and enjoy our store and products right at your fingertips. Now online are your trusted brands that you have come to love. Refrigerators to chest freezers, gas cookers to toasters, air fryers, mattresses, living room sets, and so much more. Browse our products, check the specs, compare brands and prices, and request parts all online. We have also made bill payments easier, more convenient, and simpler just for you. Log on to www.singersvg.com to learn more. Singer, your family company, is keeping up with you and the times. Visit our website today and experience a whole new world of Singer, your trusted online family company.
99.9 WEFM. Cop Chat. You've got questions for the police? They're here to give you the answers on WEFM 99.9.
The world has become such a cruel place. Something is wrong with the human race. Preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in no use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
We are back with our Cop Chat program right here on WEFM's Activated Mornings. With me in studio this morning, I have Mr. Edson Smith, Mr. Simeon Bacchus, and Mr. Carlton Brown, and we're discussing the topic, Stronger Together, Building Safer Communities with Neighborhood Watch. If you have any questions, feel free to call us 457-9997. You can get us on WhatsApp and you can get us on the landline as well. If you do not wish to call, you can also send us a WhatsApp message 457-9997. So we're going to head right back into the discussion. Corporal Smith, you mentioned when we were heading into the ads about attending some meetings for the Brighton Watch Group. Have you ever worked with any of the other groups, and what has it been like?
Oh, yeah. So, well, I've worked with most of the active neighborhood watch groups in some capacity. And it's very interesting to see, as I mentioned before, the different community dynamics in play when at these meetings. What I would like to see is stronger community, is strengthening of communication among the members. I think if we utilize the available means of communication like WhatsApp, Facebook, instead of trying to rush the development of it in terms of getting a bank account and all these things, work on building a camaraderie or rapport within the structure, the current structure in place. That way, I don't think when leadership is selected and so forth, you don't really have to worry about a sort of riffraff and infighting among these groups. So yes, I've worked with the Stony Grounds Neighborhood Watch, the Calder Neighborhood Watch Group. I mentioned Brighton. I mentioned Belvedere. I'm on the 27th. I was invited to do a presentation at the Layu Neighborhood Watch Group. So I have been integrally impacted, and not just me, but the Public Relations and Complaints Department and the Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force in extension, because this transcends one department. We need every division, all the policing divisions, to be on board, and they have been on board. Well, if you've been paying attention, for those who are just tuning in, Mr. Brown was mentioning the various police officers that are community members in the watch group. And this is something that we are, encouraging, and we want more police officers to come on board, because this only works if you have the support of the police. You understand? Yes, we applaud the initiative. We want to see community members coming together and doing things for the community even. But we need the police and the community to have a symbiosis so that this could actually work. And it can work. It's just that from going to various groups, I noticed that there's communication issues, especially when it comes to means of communication, regular updates, and even as simple as being informed. I think, and this is not just at a community level, this is at a national and regional level. I think that we need to take a direct stake in our community affairs, in our national affairs, so that we would be able to come up with strategies, because I believe everyone has something to contribute with the argument or the conversation of crime prevention and strategies, putting strategies in place to prevent crime. So yes.
All right. Mr. Bacchus, no, before you came, I think Mr. Brown was mentioning when they formed the group, of course, one of the intentions is to have less crime, but unfortunately, they were seeing a little bit more of an increase. What can you say about the Belvedere Watch Group from the start, when you started it, to now?
Well, when we started in 2014, it was more for concern, love for one another. And we actually, it came off a concern for some senior citizens that were living alone. And so we were looking into their well-being and so on. The crime situation in Belvedere has not been alarmingly high, maybe one or two. Because I think persons have been looking out for each other a long time before the Neighbourhood Watch Group. So it was very easy for us to start a Neighbourhood Watch Group. We had a good crowd. We had a lot of people coming in and getting being part of it, right? And I believe the police also was also involved heavily in that community, right? Because I think they have the football federation has a headquarters down there, some sort of facility, and the commissioner, the ex-commissioner, was living there, and so on. He's living there, and so the police was always patrolling that area. So I think based on all that, it may have attributed to the reduction in crime or the less incidents of crime.
Okay. Question for both groups. Well, we only have representation from two groups, but do the community groups do checks on the elderly, those who are shut-ins, and perhaps some disabled persons as well? Is that a part of the work of the group?
Yes, we do. We have a WhatsApp group chat, and from time to time we look into them, ask how they're doing, and if there's any concern, then they will call. Like, for instance, one of our elderly will say that she's going to church tonight, and when she goes back home, she reports that she's back home, right? Stuff like that. So we keep.
In our watch group in Lee, we normally reach out to the elderly people in the community. We try to make a check as to find out how many elderlies we have in the community, try to provide them with a food basket. And even when they're deceased, we, most of the time I run into all the churches one by one to find out them make a contribution, carry some particular wreaths and cards. And sometimes people laugh and say, well, this is a dead group. Every time there's a dead in the area, we find them. They say, yes, we find them. Because it's important sometimes to give sympathy to people and show them that we appreciate them and all this kind of thing. So we try to keep up to date with everything that happens in the community, such as the oldest member in the community. We try to keep up to date to find out how old the person is, present them with something, go there and visit them and all this kind of thing. Even visit churches. We visit churches in the community and let them know that we're glad to associate ourselves with them. So we try to look for everything in the community. Right now we're looking at our billboard. We need to get that back on stream and let people know that when people see the billboard, well, we tend to put up in different locations. So once you come in the area and you see a billboard, normally Neighbourhood Watch, one is there, people looking all around to see who is the Neighbourhood Watch people, you can't see anybody. What happened is that I will tell you, for example, in Bokument area, there's two Neighbourhood Watch groups. There's one below at the gas station at Marty, and that's very sharp. If you go in that area and you do anything, if you see the police come behind you, you want to know how it happened, you don't know who is and who is not. And once you go in the area, because I went there sometime and I was looking around trying to find a lady going. And then somebody came out and asked, "You need help?" I said, "Yes." And they said, I said, "Oh, you are my neighborhood." They said, "Well, I'm a neighborhood watch." I said, "Well, I didn't know. I didn't do anything wrong. They can't lock me up." So the people in the area are very sharp. There's another group in the way to Mr. Duncan and his furniture place. That group, I think, is the area where ASP Richards live. And that group is very sharp as well. Once you go up in that area, I think there's some 55 houses in that area. And if you go up in that area and you're trying to look around, you would know who's going to talk to you. Because I went in that area, I stayed in that area for 9 months. And by the time I get there, somebody said, "You need help?" I said, "Yes, I need help." But I had Sergeant, he is my good friend. And Sergeant told me he was the president of the neighborhood. I said, "Well, I'm the president." So we know each other. And then later on, I met Mr. Richards. I said, "Well, I'm living in the area sometime, so, you will lock me up." So they're very sharp. And you don't know who is watching, where they're watching, and people could just come and talk to you. They see like you look like you're lost, like a stranger. They come up to you and ask you for help. Those are the people. So you have to be very careful sometimes. And they have their sign up. They put up their sign in various places. So when you go all around, you see neighborhood watch sign, neighborhood watch sign. These people, but be careful. Somebody come and talk to you. So that's how sharp those groups are. Once you go into the area, they're well alert and they're watching every day. Because some of these people are retired people. So they walk around and they, walk with their dogs and they, do all that kind of thing. But they're watching. And they have the thing well set up. So we in the we try to do the same thing. We try to set up the same way, and we have cameras going around now, and sometimes the police come around, so we're able to, But we're trying to get our billboard back up on the street so that people can see that we have neighborhood watching the area. And we try to alert my members that you do the same thing. Do introduce yourself. Just let them know you need help. When they get into trouble, they get some help quickly. So I find all the neighborhood watch probably copying from each other and they're doing the same thing. And I think happy about that.
Okay.
And that's important because if you have a formula that works, a proven formula that works, there's nothing wrong with adopting it in your own neighborhood watch group. And I think what encompasses everything is the fact that you foster collaboration with every member of the community. I'm reminded of the Stony Ground neighborhood watch group it's impossible, I think, to go in Stony Ground.
We have a call. Let me see. Hi, caller. Good morning. Put on the headphones, please. The headphone. Hello, caller.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you too.
And in terms of the neighborhood watch, you could get in certain circumstances, you could get innocent people killed sometime if somebody say, okay, this person don't belong in this area. They're not from this area, and you call police and all that stuff. We see how in Florida already with Trayvon Martin. He was in this area and the guy had to kill him because he thought he was up to no good in the area. I had my own experience being in a place called Fort Lee, New Jersey, where I got a ticket. And I went back there to take out a picture of the area because you could fight a ticket by producing a photograph in court. And somebody called the police, said they see this guy, black guy with a camera. Police come, ask for ID. No, they say, you have ID on you? I say, okay. So I guess if you tell me you have ID on me, that means you want me to show you the ID? So I go put my hand in my pocket to pull out the ID. Police pull out the gun. Tell me, don't put your hand in your pocket and search me. So now I could have gotten killed like simple because somebody think I'm not supposed to be in that area. Now, now here is white and black, so the civilization is different, but
very much so.
I'm sure if it was a white person with a camera in the area, nobody would have called police on them. But that person is a tourist taking out some picture of the area. So I'm saying all that to say police approach too is important when they get information, because they can't just assume the person is up to no good and then the person end up getting killed. I could have get killed if I pull a gun out. The gun could have accidentally fall off and kill me. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, have a good morning. Bye.
All right, thank you.
I think what should be highlighted in that particular point, you know, the community, well, different communities have different dynamics and different societies have different values. St. Vincent is very close-knit collectivist communities. So what the activity that I notice within the various neighborhood watch groups that I'm in their chat, WhatsApp chat groups, is that when they provide information about, you know, a loiterer or someone strange in the area, it's really mostly people trying to figure out who the person is and not, you know, not to go and accost them or, you know, rough them up. You know, it's really about information, and it's creating an awareness and, you know, providing some level of accountability within members of the organization, within the community, so that if people, it's harder now for people to come in and do crime or commit crime. So I'm not really worried about anyone getting killed. From what I've observed, and I'm sure other officers could attest to that as well, it's mostly information sharing. And what they do is they have the communities, the established ones that I know, they have the communities outlined in a grid so that you have a clear understanding of who lives where, so that if someone comes in, it's not they're met with any hostility. It's just a matter of figuring out who this individual is, and you're monitoring their movement, which is important because why would you allow, and you see it a lot with a lot of burglaries where people from communities outside of their community that they live in go into other communities and do crimes.
Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning. She's a greeting.
Thank you. Same to you.
To everybody, yes. I like how we officer put that over. Not hostility to nobody at all. But just you suspect something and you approach them like if you know, checking out something.
Right.
That was a good clarification. But tell me something now. You could when New Year's when old is break into New Year's, you hear an exactly 12 o'clock when he plays renew like a new day. How come kind of mount a gun, but you could check see mount a gun Sylvan to have. Yeah, you could hear mount a gun Sylvan to have from where you're living, because in all the neighborhood you hearing guns petting up by 100, gun in at the hall, gun in down in town, gun in so this last New Year thing that gone, I find a lot of gunshot. So you don't see amount of gun Sylvan to have, because all over the country people pelting off guns, people who are like to gun, team police and them kind of say so that just people pelting off bullets, so you could know how dangerous Sylvan is with this ignorant people and them with gun. And then to me again, they're so ignorant. The Bible says foolishness in the heart of a youth. Because most of these people I believe are young people. Now, you know these people and them celebrating in New Year. That means they love their life. That means they like to live. How they killing one another so? If you're celebrating, you're putting a sort of bullet, you're welcoming the New Year. But yet, you're going on to kill out one another because of simple little stupidness. So you love your life and still killing yourself. So I find that it's very backward. I tell them it's all, you know. All of it, everything that a man do, you have to answer to God, you know. And all the better I put on all of you, because if you believe that you're going to do stupidness in the world and get away with it, you might get away with man, but not with God, eh? So I'm telling all you, everything you do in life, you have to answer. And I'm talking to the whole world. Everything you do, you're recording in heaven. So therefore, when I hear you dead, judgment come, you have to answer to God to everything you do.
I want to ask the caller a question. So, allow me, please. Right, your community, is there an established neighborhood watch group?
No.
Okay, well, I am going to encourage you to mobilize some people and get one started, because what I'm not 100% sure, but at least 70% sure that the communities with neighborhood watch groups didn't have anybody firing off shots wildly, because this is something that would be reported. I remember I had a conversation with a friend of mine in one of the urban, suburban communities, and she brought to my attention that same issue where people would be, testing out the weapons for some strange reason. And I encouraged her to join the established neighborhood watch group in that community, because this is the purpose of it. When you have community members connected, then it reduces the incidence of foolishness in communities, because people know that they will be held accountable. Even licensed firearm holders, because I know a lot of the time is licensed firearm holders that doing these things. So I am going to encourage you, mobilize some people in your community and form a watch group, and establish that communication network so that you will be able to pass this information to the police, because we are always stronger, as the team says, stronger together, right? And that's why we're encouraging people to form these groups, so that when a person steps outside the law, they know they can't. I mean, you could give a account for one person, but if you have 20, 25, 30, 50 people who, preaching from the same or singing from the same song sheet, then it's harder for them. It makes it much harder for criminals to get away with foolishness.
Yeah, but you see, at the police station, supposed to know that.
Yes, definitely. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
Yeah, caller. If you should permit me a bit, that I don't know if you hear, but I hear some rumors that went to the Caribbean Court of Justice that a politician was trying to make application to get the gun factory closed down. And they're trying to submit this matter to the Privy Council, that they want the gun factory to close. And America is up against it, because they feel that they make their money through this means. So I don't know if by the new president swearing next month in January, if he will take up the matter to get the gun factory closed, which might cause some eruption.
Yes, well, you see, with the neighborhood watch, over is a very dangerous place at the hall, and if you know any watching thing, your life could be in danger. But civil police is doing the best. I could tell you they're trying their best, and they can't be everywhere and at the same time. Hello?
Yeah, thank you so much for that. And I mean, we are constantly continually improving, and I know, and I mean, I'm sure you could attest to the fact that the police in that community have been establishing stronger bonds with community members, and we will constantly improve. But thank you so much for your call.
Because these fellas that they move out, they are not about the place, making the wrongs and things, but they see, so criminals and I'm just timing them, and know how they move it and things, and sometimes they display the stupidness of that time. But
this is why we're advocating for neighborhood watch, because you will see the police, because we have to wear markers at most times. But if they have people watching from their porches or from their CCTV cameras, then it makes it harder, for these people to perpetrate these offenses.
One more thing, caller, before you
yes.
The new president will be swearing in America, and I don't know if he'll take up the matter or if he'll change the law according to this gun crime, because he was saying in previous time when he was there that nobody should buy gun. So I don't know if when the new president swear in America, if he will come up with the same point that nobody should buy gun. I think it cause a stir in the community of the United States.
Yeah, the caller, I don't know if the credit ran out or if they hung up, right? Yeah. All right. So we have actually come to the end of this wonderful interview here this morning. So I would like to ask you, gentlemen, to give the listeners your final word, whatever you want to leave them with this morning. And we're going to start at this end with you, Mr. Brown.
Yes, I want to say here that the Neighborhood Watch Group has been a very good group. And I could say that since I joined the group, I enjoy myself, because the amount of programs that we provide, we sometimes go out and picnic and people laugh at us and sometimes say, when you go out, we're on picnic. These are old people, young people. We do that, but to make people feel a part of and to make people feel happy. That the group is not only about laws, but we go to enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, you have to have that.
We cooperate and have sports where we have, for example, cricket. Like the police come down and play cricket against the neighborhood watch and do all this kind of sports. And we try. What we do basically is that we are not stereotyped. When people come up with ideas, I'm kind of person will sit down and say, okay, let's listen to all the ideas and we put the best one forward and see how it will work. So we don't go with all this thing all the time. We change as we see it. If we think that this will work, we select this work. If we think that will work, we select that work. And so we go around and do this kind of things and make people feel comfortable. So everybody in the group, you have a say. And what you say, we take it on board. And we go through it and see how well we could get things done. And by that, we encourage people to come and sit in with us, listen to us, bring ideas, share with us, because we don't know it all. And I don't know it all. And we that's why we try to incorporate people from different levels and all this kind of thing, bringing the young people, bringing other persons and hear what they have to say and all this kind of thing. But generally, we enjoy ourselves and I feel happy about it. And I hope that the other groups, the other communities will catch this spirit and able to do something to help save themselves before anything goes to the bottom.
Marcus?
Okay, I want to thank you for having us this morning on this program. And what I want to leave with the listeners is that I would like to encourage all neighborhood watch groups to network with each other, compare notes. And through the National Neighborhood Watch Group, we can meet and we can discuss matters and share ideas. And I also like to leave this portion of scripture according to the Bible. 1 John chapter 4, verse 7, it says, we must love one another, for God is of love. And so when we love one another, we would look out for each other. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
Right.
Yes, and I would like, on behalf of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, its Commissioner, Mr. Enville Williams, and the rank and file of the organization, to wish Vincentians a blessed 2025. I know we have a lot of, as an organization, we have a lot of community projects on stream. We are asking the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to support us, to rally behind us. We are not perfect, we are getting it right. We have some quirks to figure out, a little bit of situations that the public might give us some licks for from time to time, but all that is in growth. We welcome the criticism. We are getting better, as I mentioned. And I also want to encourage the communities to get organized. And it doesn't really have to be any big thing. It could be a group of a lane or a street coming together and say, okay, let's form a chat group, and you develop a mindfulness. If one person is going to church or for night church, you communicate to say, I'm leaving at a particular time, when I turn on this light, whatnot, basic networking. And you never know what something as small as that, as informal as that, could grow into. So let's for 2025 endeavor to take back our streets. I know the Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force has a very robust initiative in place to tackle crime this year, and we are rallying on your support, and we will get better. And we just want to encourage people to take national security interests personally. We have to live here, all of us, hand in hand, hand in glove. We have to work together to make St. Vincent the type of country that we want to fashion it to be. And I just want to thank you for having us on this program, and to all those listeners throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines and in the diaspora. Thanks for tuning to Cop Chat, and God bless.
All right. Thank you very much, and you're all welcome.